the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. I thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Remember to try to stay emotionless and to stay positive. Positivity over negativity becomes a real key, especially when trying to trade the markets. We've got a lot of different factors that are starting to pile up here, not just in the cryptocurrency market, but along the bullion markets, precious metals, the stock market, as it had a horrible day today. But that's because the Fed keeps flip-flopping whether or not they're going to cut rates, they're going to raise rates. We had the European Central Bank come out one day saying they're going to have more than 3. Then they came out and said that they're not going to have as many. Here in the USA with the Fed, it's up and down, up and down. I'm telling you right now, if the Fed raises rates, and it does it in more than one way, if it does it more than once, that stock market's going to cut precipitously. A quarter and half, who knows how far it could cut. But that's going to put a lot of pressure on a lot of different assets because they're pricing in the assumption that the Fed is going to lower rates, which makes absolutely zero sense that the Fed would do it, which is probably why they would do it. But just going outside of that, XRP right now today, it's had a nice little move from where it was at the low today. We were down at around the 513 level, I believe it was. Somewhere around 5. Let me go into the this one, because we came down, created a nice W reversal down here at about 513. Now this could be a much larger W that's actually forming right beneath our very eyes, or right beneath our nose, as one would say. But if it would have to bounce out, and this would have to finish this push up, so essentially you'd get something like this after, but you need to go, and even if it bounces there, you could do that as well. But we're trying to come up to this next resistance. This is what we're targeting. All we had to do is hold that 52 cent area, and then the bounce up would be to see if we get a rejection and then further down. Right now we're in the midst of that move, and it doesn't seem like it's going to avoid the totality of this move because we had a nice downward consolidation, bounced out, looks like it broke out, looks like we're holding it, and now the move would be back to the top. So I'm expecting at least 54 cents on this push up. Now, if it comes down and reverses, obviously we'll be on live and we'll be able to see in real time if something goes horribly wrong here. But just what it's showing us, it's telling us that we probably should continue to go up here, at least to retest that break point. And it's also telling us what we want to watch here is for if this is a topping reversal. Boom, boom, boom. If this comes up, even if it comes up here and it gets rejected, any of those two spots, that would be more like a right arm. That's why it's vital that XRP gets back above here and not do something like this, because then it would ultimately come down and it would just finish off the totality back into the consolidatory zone. And you can see that would put us, you know, even at worst, or at best, it would still drop us off pretty nicely. So we want to make sure we hold 62 cents here at all costs and then continue reversing the trajectory of this pattern, because that very well could be a little flag forming here. So not looking bad here. It's trying to save face here today on today's candle. We started off very much engulfing to the downside here, as you can see, down to 513, slowly pulling back up into right now we're at 52.7 cents. That would make a candle close still somewhere around here, so at least you'd be above that uptrend, and it would make it very dicey for tomorrow. We never fell off today. We haven't fallen off yet today, so we do have that chance that we can actually continue to push up here as long as we use that 52 cents as support, and then we could finally reach that 54 cent mark for that. Are we bearish still? Is this just a fake out to the downside for liquidity? And can we continue moving farther up? And if we did lose that 52 cents and it could not come back, then we'd be looking at the cup and handle support. So the handle support right down here, and in current times today, it's at 50.8 cents. So that would be your support underneath if we were to lose that 52 cent support on that rising channel. So that's what we would be looking at in that regard. So I want to do the intro, and then we'll talk about all the stuff we're going to read. We got a lot of reading to go through as well tonight, because I want I want to go over with everybody the perspective from the bulls, or from the whales, what they've been doing since we dumped from 62 to 41 cents, because there's been quite an accumulation here from the bulls in that regard. And we'll go over that when we talk about the whales that capitalize. We'll talk about the 100 million XRP that left the Ripple wallet going to Mysterious Wallet. And then we'll talk about the possibility of XRP set up for a break to 60 cents for a breakout here. And we'll go over the XRP Bitcoin chart as it offers a critical insight, which I hinted to all of that in the title. I tried to fit it in strategically so everybody would know what we were going to go over. And we'll go over the XRP Bitcoin pairing ourselves as well before we get into all the reading. So please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this live. It's very difficult to get the content out unless you all hit that like button and interact. And then YouTube finds it worth the time to push the content out through its recommendations. You go up on your YouTube feed, whether you're a new or older viewer, and my content pops up so you're able to find me. And we're able to have this beautiful back and forth. Because I'll be honest, every single day, yes, this is very stressful. Yes, the way that they manipulate the markets and things like that, it wears on me. I'll tell you what, it can wear on you mentally, physically, emotionally. But you have to have the testicular fortitude to keep pushing through. And you have to have that mindset that you have to be present, because with consistency breeds response. I always say this, consistency breeds response. When you come in and do things day after day after day, and you continue to benefit or continue to better yourself or continue to push out information, the more feedback you get, the more it drives you to continue to put out even better content. So all of you keep me on my toes every day. And there's a reason why, good, bad, or indifferent, I come here sun up or sun down, because I think it's very imperative that we build this ever-growing relationship, and then we can continue to understand the charts at a more finite level. We do this from a standpoint of love over hate. We don't forget to give thanks to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because we want to stand that humble path, and not just that, we want to be on the path of grace instead of the path of hate. So I think we have a very graceful audience, and although we do get the rebels in here, I think the overwhelming majority is here to help, and it really does make me feel even more humbled to say that. So with that being said, good evening. 6:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, April 25th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. And yes, I have my coat on today, my winter jacket, because it's bouncing. It was down to 34. Right now it's in the mid to upper 40s, but it's dropping every couple minutes, it feels like. And then by Sunday it's going to be 80, so that's what you get in Michigan. So love it or hate it, but I wanted to come outside because I think it's important to be outside. I did a lot of work outside today, so I'm a little tired, but it was well worth it. We're having a party for my niece and nephew on Saturday, so I want to get everything tidied up, and it's starting to look a lot nicer here. A lot of work to still be done, though, here in the summer. So I thank everybody for tuning in. We've got 89 strong here this evening. So I do thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Please make sure to hit that like button, as only half of you have hit that like button. It really does help me push this content. It's the only avenue that I have is for all of you. If you hit that like button, you help me push the content, and then we can have an ever-expanding back and forth. And as you've noticed, as we go through the lives, when you guys hit that like button, more and more people do start to show up. So right now we had 88 people, 48 likes, and let's see what happens. If we start hitting the like button, we continue the back and forth, we continue to have the free flowing of information, we should be able to even build up over triple digits here during this live, as we're off to a hot start already in the first 10 minutes, which is fantastic to see. It is absolutely fantastic to see, because a lot of people I don't think they understand just how important it is to watch at these exact moments. These exact moments, I mean, there's opportunity everywhere. B2 Gold's up 7 cents per share since we bought back in. Not saying it's done an incredible job or anything. First Majestic, I bought back in at $6.74, only because it put in this inverse head and shoulders. And it's harder to see in the 4 hourly, but if you look at this in the smaller sense. It made it look like to me down here when it had this deep dive here to 666 this morning. I didn't get it there, but I got it at 670 and some change, like 675. But it looks like an inverse head and shoulders. So to me, it looks like it's going to come up to about $7.40 and try to see how we react there. It also looks like with gold, we're talking about this sneaky push back to the top side. I'm still seeing a possible playback up here to this resistance at 2370.
I'm going to drive Michaela up to kind of support to see if she dropped the book.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully it's there, Michaela. So there is a lot of opportunity out there as well. So let me get through the comments, and then we'll go through XRP. We'll get through the reading, and we'll see how big of a back and forth we have. As you'll all notice in the crypto sphere, a lot of people have given up. And I'll go over some stuff that I find disheartening in a lot of ways with some of the XRP holders and how they're begging XRP to go up so they can finally get rid of their longs. And it's a shame to see where people's stances are when it comes to XRP at this stage in the game. Harvey, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army along with XRP, Ricky Ripple, and UK Phil for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. Marvin, welcome in. Devin, good evening, my friend, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. Appreciate you, my friend. Marvin, welcome in. Nabitno, good evening. Let's see. Tanya May, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year. Along with JW, I appreciate both of you being in here this evening. I really do. I appreciate everybody who continues to stay committed, and it does speak volumes about your integrity and about your character and what you want to actually learn, but also that you're serious about your investments as well. Moza here, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. Jorge, welcome in. Jose, thanks for tuning in and being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. Yes, indeed. Watch, recycle, repeat. Watch the content, recycle to friends and family, repeat by coming back and watching the next update and or live. Matt Holden, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. Peyton Shoemake, thank you so much for being in Tom's Army for 1 month with the XRP, with the emoji badge and me being abducted by aliens. I greatly appreciate all that support, everybody. And if you do appreciate what I do, consider joining Tom's Army or sending 1 YouTube super chat per month to help pay it forward, as it's been an extremely slow month of growth in that regard. But we continue to grind here, as I believe you get what you deserve and you end up getting your reward by the work you put in. So we'll continue to grind here, as April's been a very slow month. Crypto, it's been to a halt here in April. It's almost like April is the month of consolidation. Could May lead to a big breakout? Well, it remains to be seen. 60 cents could very well be within the playing cards for XRP, as we've continued to hold this rising channel support, which is very, very important, because as long as you hold this rising channel, it's not just 54 cents that you can come up to. It's just you got to get past that beautiful pivot point there right now, and that's a very big level of resistance. And then once you get above that, then it opens up a very big opportunity here. Very, very big opportunity. Because then you can push back up to the top of the rising channel. And that's pretty high up there right now. If you look at the resistance point at 68 cents, that's not your ultimate resistance right now. If we were to push back up, it's pretty clear to me where we'd be targeting, and that's this handle resistance, mid-tier handle resistance, right up there around 60 cents. And then that could open the door for a much bigger push up here for XRP. As XRP, it's not that it's fallen extremely bearish. It's just, it's still within this cup and handle formation. We're starting to build a little momentum that could push us into a little bullish momentum here. We're very close to signaling a little bit of bullish momentum here. The problem is we're just as close to signaling a bearish drop. So you got to be very careful in these moments, just because we're basically caught in the middle. A man left alone, this could get serious. Yes, it could. It definitely could get serious. Ooh, I just pulled a splinter out of my finger. That was a big fucking, wow. I didn't even know that was there, but I could feel it. Well, I'm glad it came out. Bleeding a little bit, but I am glad it came out. So that's really the gist of it. This cup and handle formation is going to tell it all. it's going to tell it all. We're either going to break up in a beautiful fashion, or this is going to give way, and we're going to have a pretty nice correction. And that could lead us all the way down to around this 38 cent, 39 cent area, which is the all-time formation. But right now, we're really stuck at the mercy, because as we'll see in some of this reading, and then we'll get into some of the other charts, we've got Ripple doing one thing. We've definitely got Ripple doing one thing here. And we've got whales also doing a lot of the same as we're starting to accumulate. So whenever Ripple takes tokens and they send it to an unknown wallet, in this case they're calling it a mysterious wallet, it always leads some intrigue to me of, are they getting ready to sell because they see some price appreciation coming? Or was this the time that they don't see any more drop in the immediate short term, so they pull it off the exchange and then they'll put it back on when necessary? That's the things we don't know. So this is what I want to start the reading with. 100 million XRP leave Ripple address, going to mysterious wallet, details. So blockchain tracker whale alert, which tracks down large cryptocurrency transactions, has detected a tremendous XRP transferred made by fintech behemoth Ripple Labs. And I want to know what anybody thinks about this. Do you believe there's something more to this? I see we're over 100 people here now. Thank you all so much. And Randad, thank you so much for that $19.99 donation. They've been very sparse this month, but I greatly appreciate everybody who sends those. It means a hell of a lot to me, because I don't do any of the paid promotions, advertisements, or sponsorships. So that really does help pay it forward and help me do what I do here. I do appreciate that. And also you being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. But I want to know what everybody thinks. Do we think that we're setting up here for a much larger move? Or is this a planned move here by Ripple? So I'm just curious. Anthony Capitini, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Wow. To get 2 of them back to back like that. I didn't even get one yesterday. But we had a lot of good conversation yesterday. So I felt like even without a donation yesterday, we had a very good back and forth. And we actually had a lot of likes and shares, it looked like. So the donations are sneaky, because not all of them come in in a dollar value. Some of them come by the like, shares, and the back and forth we have in the chat. Because I think we have something unique to offer as far as our back and forth as well. I really do. So blockchain tracker whale alert, which tracks down large cryptocurrency transactions, has detected a tremendous XRP transfer made by fintech behemoth Ripple Labs. 2 smaller XRP transfers from wallets related to Ripple were registered several hours later as well. So Ripple shovels 100 million XRP. According to the data shared by Whale Alert, approximately 20 hours ago, Ripple Crypto Decacorn transferred a whopping 100 million XRP to a tagged wallet, or wallet tagged by Whale Alert as unknown. This amount of XRP was equal to $52.8 million at the time of transfer. Tanya says nothing will happen until the court case is done. Rockin' XRP Painter says it's all planned out. Can't disagree with that. Mike Stevenson, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP meter. I'm glad you're in here, my friend. So that's the Whale Alert that tracked it, and that's all the stats. 100 million XRP worth $52,815,512 in USD, transferred from Ripple to unknown wallet. So crypto users in the comments assume that Ripple continues selling those tens of millions of XRP. Still, the destination of the transaction was clarified by the BitDump XRP Explorer. The 100 million XRP went to a wallet that also belongs to Ripple. If this is a sale, then afterwards, these millions of XRP coins will be moved on until they end up at a cryptocurrency exchange to be sold. Ripple keeps a large share of the circulating XRP supply, billions of these coins, and sells some of them from time to time to cover their operational expenses. So, and then 50 million XRP land in major exchanges. The aforementioned data source also shared that 2 more large XRP chunks were later transferred to major centralized crypto exchanges, Bitstamp and crypto unicorn Bitso. So 28,270,000 XRP worth 15,139,951 USD transferred from unknown wallet to Bitstamp. And this is why I said that there was conflicting, because some were putting off of the exchange, some were putting onto the exchange. So It very well could be settlement money, EB. That's why I want to know what everybody's talking about. So I want to know what everybody's talking about. The former received 28,270,000 XRP worth $15,139,951 from an anonymous wallet. The latter got 21,920,000 XRP from an unknown address. Both transactions were made by the same sender. The HH4RZN wallet, according to BitHump, is related to Ripple too. Therefore, these 50.1 million XRP went to the exchange from the above-mentioned blockchain. Heavyweight. Bitstamp and Bitso are not only major exchanges, they also collaborate with Ripple on its payment services, which operates worldwide, running on RippleNet and utilize XRP for fast and low-cost transactions. So that's very important. And then I want to piggyback on that. Then we'll get back into the charts. And before we leave, I promise, we'll go into this technical to kind of go against ours. We'll make sure we look more at XRP and the XRP Bitcoin pairing. We'll take a look at Bitcoin. We'll also go over HBAR to see what's going on there after some fake news. We'll go over the XRP Bitcoin pairing and Bitcoin obviously as well. So a lot to go still. We're not even halfway through this live. We're getting closer to halfway, but we've still got a lot of places to go here. So enjoy the journey today, because every day has its own resistance. Every day has its own support. And every day is its own animal, as one would say. So fearless crypto whales capitalize on Ripple's XRP turbulence with multi-million-dollar buys. So XRP, the 7th largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, continues to grapple with bearish sentiments on Thursday, extending its rough week amidst the broader market downturn. Notably, April has proven to be challenging for XRP enthusiasts, witnessing price fluctuations dipping as low as 41 cents earlier this month. Despite efforts from bullish investors to stage a recovery, the market appears locked in sideways consolidation, offering few signs of imminent reversal. Nonetheless, amidst the turbulence, there are glimmers of optimism. In a tweet, renowned crypto analyst Eli Martinez pointed out a notable surge in whale activity, particularly those holding between 10 million and 100 million XRP, stating XRP dropped from 62 to 41 cents, and crypto whales took notice. They bought over 31 million in XRP in the past week. Notably, the acquisition frenzy didn't stop there. On Wednesday, crypto transactions tracking service Whale Alert brought attention to two significant players who secured substantial amounts of XRP from Binance, infusing a sense of positivity into the market. One whale acquired 18.84 million XRP, valued at 10.26 million, from the exchange, while another amassed around 19.9 million XRP, totaling 10.92 million from the same exchange. This accumulation signals a resurgence in confidence towards XRP, hinting at a potentially bullish sentiment among these influential market participants. Adding to the narrative, and I love piggybacking on this sentiment data because I talked about this a few days ago, and I think it's something that goes unnoticed every time before any kind of price appreciation. These wallets that are holding that many XRP always stack up prior to this move. They always do. Please make sure to hit that like button as well if you are watching and able. It will certainly help drive traffic to the community. We're about hitting at a 65% clip today. That's a little under what I would like. It makes me a little uncomfortable when so many people don't hit the like button, but I can certainly understand that things aren't going the way that some want. But if you appreciate the fact that we are present no matter what, we continue to put out these updates and lives, I along with you, each and every day, please hit that like button. Show me that you respect the time I put in. Not that you respect me as a whole, just that you respect the work that I put in and understand the amount of time that I use of my own. After all, the most important thing we have is our time. Every day we get a little bit older. XRP jumps ahead of other altcoins as the amount of wallets holding 1 million to 10 million or 1 million XRP on verge of all-time highs. So on June 17, 2023, 2014 XRP wallets held 1 million or more tokens. And now April 22nd, 2024, which just a couple days ago, 2013 XRP wallets holding 1 million plus coins was one away from all-time high. So there's definitely a resurgence, and you can see the price tends to follow the resurgence. So right now we're undervalued by price And the last time this happened, you can see the massive breakout last June. So it's going to catch up one way or the other. It usually does. It usually does. True, welcome in, my friend. Elsewhere, analysts have been offering divergent views on XRP's future trajectory amidst these promising signals. For instance, analyst YG Crypto suggested a potential dip towards support levels between 49 and 47 cents, emphasizing the critical importance of this zone for preventing further decline. Meanwhile, popular crypto analyst Andrew Griffiths remains bullish, anticipating a breakout from the long-standing triangle formation since 2017. It's a great one to talk about because that's been going on for 78, 79 months here. Did you find it?
No.
Huh.
It was a nice hardcover of the Great Gatsby.
Oh, somebody probably took that if they seen it. That's a shame. We'll have to get her a new one if she can't find it. Support levels between 49 and 47 cents, yada, yada, yada.
She said just got delivered too.
Did it? Oh, that sucks. Meanwhile, popular crypto analyst Andrew Griffin remains bullish, anticipating a breakout from the long-standing triangle formation since 2017, potentially leading to a new all-time high for XRP. As long as we can stay above 60 cents, XRP remains bullish. We are coiling up for a big move. I believe that once we can break the triangle formation and break the price of $1.20, which is the technical target out of this consolidation, so that's a good point, we can see a new all-time high. This triangle is forming since 2017. The move that will be there will be possible again as in 2017, Griffin wrote on Thursday. XRP traded at 52 cents at press time, reflecting a 1.1% drop in the market. But as we know, it paired all losses there. And now we're back into close to positive territory. Not quite, but close. We're sitting at 52.57 and down 0.3% on the day. XDC, I think the opportunity is potentially presenting itself. I'm watching it very, very closely. Very closely. The closer that it's to the 3.8 mark, probably the better. But that doesn't mean that it's not working on a reversal already. So watch this, because I made a personal move when it made this dip down here before I came on the live just a couple hours ago. When it came down to 3.87, I caught it on that wick. Not at 3.874, but at like 3.878. And I decided to take a shot, and I'll let it go if it comes down below what looks like could be a possible W reversal. But the problem is why you have to be very careful with this. And this time around, I have 60,000 tokens. So not quite as many as I had last time. But it's not quite as guaranteed as I thought it was before. But still, unless this is playing out in a bear flag formation, which is why you have to be careful. So if that support drops, you got to pay attention to a possible drop here. So be very cautious. If you're holding it, it's got a very small line here. You got a very small bull flag that possibly played out. So much like I like to take chances, this is the opportunity that I like to do it. And then if it bounces up, you should get a retest back in that area. But we'll go over this entirely right now, just so that we can kind of see what could be forming, but also how you have to be very, 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 very observant here if you're just a swing trade. Like I'm doing this one on MEXC because they offer it. So if you're interested, MEXC over, uphold if you can do it, because you don't have to pay the exorbitant fees. That's in the video description below and or pinned comments. So that's the route I'm looking with XDC. And I literally, when it made that bottom, I made a very quick decision. And I said, I like this. I like the way it did this. It at least gives me an opportunity here. And then if it does break down, I know exactly where to target that breakdown. And I can literally, on a $2,300 trade is what it turned out to be, I can literally get out once it breaks that, if it does break that double bottom, with very minimal loss. You're talking probably less than 10 bucks. So I'm on a spot trade, not leverage. And I'm trying to take advantage of an opportunity here, just like the other day. And as long as it holds this formation, I have no problem. Once it breaks this formation, then we have a problem. So we got to work up here this last 0.46%, try to break out of the structure. And then we'll have a very small technical target here. Initially. because we're still within a much wider pattern. I mean, a much wider pattern. What the hell is going on here? Why does it keep... Trading views a pain. Y'all know this. And these are just very small targets. And this would be on a breakout. It would come up to 396. Nothing major, enough to make some money off of depending on the size of the trade. And I do not advocate, unless you're a seasoned veteran, I do not advocate right now anything more than a spot trade, because this could go horribly wrong just as quickly as it can break up. And as you can see, this would be trending us down, and I'll put it over here just for the future, at about 381. On a breakup, you're looking more at, let's see, right around that 396. So, but if it does push up out of here, we could be building, and this is why I want everybody to pay attention right now. I want everybody to pay attention. No, as a beginner, you don't need a computer. You do not need a computer. In fact, when I first started trading, and I still trade off of my phone. I don't use the computer to make the trades. My tablet, I actually use my phone to make my trades. So good question. So what if this right now is creating some kind of sneaky inverse pattern? Like that could be a left shoulder down to a head. If it consolidates up properly and then you see something like this, that could have put in a sneaky inversion. So that's why, otherwise, boom to boom to boom. Right, so it's the two decisions here. We got two decisions. Either this is creating some kind of inverse pattern and it starts to roll out, or it breaks down, we come to this uptrending support. But either way, we know what we're looking at, and I'm somebody who likes to try to capitalize on opportunity. If the opportunity reverses, I got no problem with that either, because I know where my pattern lies. So either way, we'll see how this transpires. Hopefully, it won't force me to do anything, and it'll just continue to go along this consolidation and then do what it needs to do. But I am definitely paying very close attention to see if that breaks down. But as of right now, that looks like to me that it's starting to reverse back up. I'm not a financial advisor, so what exactly do I know? Not much. So you have to make an educated and informed decision. In the weekly time frame, it's got a reversal candle. So that's the optics right now. We're trying to signal a reversal here with XDC, but we've got a long ways to go still. Long ways to go, and we want to make sure if this does come down farther to make a head, and this isn't a head formation on the inversion, then we would know, we would clear out our sale, or we clear out the holdings right here if this double bottom's broke. So you can even put the limit sale right now at 387, because if that breaks, I'm literally looking at about a $14 risk. Believe it or not, that's about the extent of the risk. So I might have a couple $1,000s in, but it's literally like a $14 risk from where it would sell out from where but actually it's probably like 28. Now that I think about it, I was looking at it from the $1,000 perspective, and I put 1.3 times that, so probably closer to $30. So yeah, that's something I'm watching there with HBAR. I mean, with XDC, and as you know, on Friday we took a similar move, and it took until Tuesday for it to play out. But we ended up making, 13% on it. Well, I had a little bit more invested at that time, but about twice as much. So that shows you my confidence level. I'm 50% as confident as I was before, as far as how much money I put in. HBAR down 3.5% to 12 cents. It's had a little bit of a recovery from the bottom. And this is what I'm looking for, to see if XDC as well is trying to put in some inverse head and shoulders. Because HBAR's gotten beaten down so much, we've got a nice inverse pattern that formed here. Boom, boom. And if this holds this line, you're on the start of a nice push up. So inverse left shoulder, inverse head, inverse right shoulder. This could be the start of a very nice push back up. And that very well could lead us all the way back up to retest that area up there. Now, if we don't have enough strength, you'd get rejected here and just start coming back down. But this is starting to create that, looking like a nice bullish reversal possibly here at the bottom. So I would watch HBAR as well. HBAR could very well have opportunity leading into this next daily. That's starting to set up in more of a bullish territory here at the end of this candle. So it's going to be interesting, because we're definitely pulled up a lot. And it looks like we're going to close over that 11.9 area, which all that did was back test this breakout. That's very interesting. honestly, because this could lead to a back test here of epic proportions if it can push out of this zone. It's just, we could struggle to get through here. That's all. I don't know what else to say, but it could struggle to get through here. If not, you come right back up for a possible close to a double top. So if you're watching that, I would be very, very, very eyes on with HBAR as well if you're trying to get a piece of that puzzle, because that 11.9 area is a very opportune time to maybe take a strike. You know, but you'd have to be very, very, very patient, but you would also have to be very observant to the fact that that 11.9 line, 11.88 is very important. If you fall back within that breakout of that pattern and it doesn't hold the support, then you've got the chance of coming all the way back down to the bottom of that breakout. So you want to be very cautious, but at the same time, there's opportunity in this market. Doesn't look like it, but every drop presents an opportunity, even just a swing. Right now for XRP, we had the push down in the 4 hourlies. We came down, retested this outside of a wick, and these are nice bullish reversal style setups. It's just, how far does this go? Do we get rejected around 54 cents and put in a right arm here? That is what I'm looking for. It's not that I don't think we can go up. It's just, I want to make sure that we don't get rejected. And I also know what I'm looking at here, as most of you do, that we could have snuck in a very inverse pattern here. And if it breaks out, we would be like, holy crap, how did this sneak beyond? And it's almost like it's consolidating and now it wants to bounce out. But there's a lot to be desired here. The good news is we're still within that rising channel now, and we don't have to fulfill the technical target of 34.9 cents unless we fall below and can't get back above. We had a very big liquidity drop here down to 40 cents, which to me, yes, it doesn't satisfy the whole drop, but at least we had that liquidity grab, which means that that could have been outside of wicks here, as we see in the weekly time frames. That could have been our drop. And we can see in a weekly, does that not look like a reversal candle here? If this is a weekly reversal candle, we got some big moves coming here to the top side. We've got some big moves that come to the top side, if in fact this plays out as a weekly reversal candle. Oh, I'm glad somebody brought up AMP. I've been looking at that all day. I completely forgot about it. AMP certainly does look like pretty... AMP looks very similar. Now, if I was looking at AMP and how you catch this, it's so hard with AMP because it moves so quick. But let's just say it's done this, and then it does this to revalidate that uptrend. I would probably take it there. If it comes back down there, I'm going to take a shot. I don't know how much I'm going to buy, but on BITUNIX, I've got just over $4,000 that's accumulated right now. So I'm going to take a shot if it comes down here and it shows the potential to hold what could be, what could look as a boom, boom, and then out. I would absolutely take a shot here if it goes like this and then tries to bounce out. That's right around the 006 level. So I will be watching very close at that 006 level if this has a correction. And I'm not saying it's going to, but the way it's come up here initially, hopefully it does, and then it bounces off very volatilely. So that's such a big consolidation that if this is, I mean, it very well could. As long as this uptrend holds, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if it doesn't push back up at some point. It's been beaten down here over the past month or so now. But I just look at the opportune moment. So I like to buy on the liquidity grab. So we'll see if any kind of liquidity strike comes. But it's definitely setting up for something bigger. You're right about that, Devin. You are right about that. XRP healthcare is up 7% today. It went down to around the 499 level. But now it too is teasing a daily reversal here. So there's a chance that with XRP healthcare, we could be revisiting that 9 cent mark here in the not so distant future. But that would be indicative of this not breaking bearish. And right now it looks like it's teasing a reversal in every sense of the word. So I don't know, man. It almost looks like we could get ready for something even deeper here with XRP healthcare. Looks like it's trying to set up here a continuation. We'll see if it holds this or if it comes down and retest. But as of right now, we could very much be setting up a reversal here. But trading with J-Ride, I agree with AMP. AMP is setting something up. I've been very, very curious with AMP myself here the last several days. I almost regret not taking a stab a little earlier, but I went with XDC instead, which paid off, but I could have been positioned better if I would have put a little bit into AMP as well, because it was closer to the 6.006 level. XRP Bitcoin pairing that I want to do a little more reading here because it's very important this evening, and then we'll look at Bitcoin as well. So the XRP Bitcoin pairing down 0.85% to 813. I think we've got this nailed to the wall when it's ready to move. It came down, hit the key support at a technical target on the drop, and it filled it out perfectly. Does anybody remember what happened after HBAR filled out its technical target perfectly? It absolutely skyrocketed out of here. And if this does similar, after this strike down, and now if we can hold consolidation, and just from where it's at right now, you're still looking at a 31% move. From the bottom, that's about a 50% move. So that's what we're setting up for. We're watching that first tier move. If we do get this breakout, it would be up to 107. Now, the problem is we need some kind of volatility here to the upside. We need some kind of volatility in the buyers. Because right now, when they do things like this, a lot of times they come back here to retest before they break out. And you don't really want... I mean, if you want this to break out now, you're not going to want to see that. You're going to want to see maybe a hold here and then a volatile swing. That's what you really want to see. But that pairing is hinting at the fact that in time, eventually this is going to break out. The fact that it filled out that technical target and dragged itself right back up in the weekly to pull back within that descending structure, it's pretty remarkable how quickly it did it. So, but we're going to see if it plays out bearish or if this plays out more bullish, because that is going to speak a lot about what's to come here for the XRP price action when it's in relativity to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up 330 points here to 64,582, 64,600, up 0.5%. Nothing major on the day. But Bitcoin stayed within what I'm calling... It's difficult to say exactly what the pattern formation is, because one could argue that it's fallen into a pennant or ascending formation or a lot of bull flags. There's so many different ways to call this pattern that we're in this consolidation, and we've evolved the pattern in case it breaks down, because it's showing a support structure here after it broke out of here and then it bounced off of it. So yes, we want to stay above 64,100, obviously, or 64,600. But if it breaks down, we do know we could hit it at 59,666, 57,000, and then the technical target would ultimately be 50,500 if we came all the way back down. James, welcome in, my friend. Daniel, good evening. I appreciate to be back. I appreciate you being back in. I did not buy back HBAR. No, I did not. I did not buy back HBAR. Is Casper looking for a reversal? Casper's up 1.7% today at 3.15 cents. Let's see. I've been mapping out Casper on this latest move just for my own personal reference. And right now, is it working on a breakout? If we can hold that 315 level, I can tell you the technical, pretty much the technical move. We'll do it from here, because this will give us a great understanding of where we could go. So if we do hold that 315, just say it does break out from here, you're looking at a move, and it's not anything extraordinary off the bat, right away. But if Casper does hold this, because it's attempting a breakout as we speak, but we got to hold 315 at some point to confirm this signal. So we're signaling an attempted breakout, but we need to hold 3.15 to confirm the breakout. And then that signals a 5.2% rally for the next resistance. So that's what we're looking to signal. We're looking to signal a 5.2% move here. And the funny thing is a lot of the market is trying to signal the same move. So when a lot of things start adding up, it does start to speak to the fact that we could universally be looking at a little bit of a back test here, especially if that's all it ends up being. But a lot of the market is signifying this exact same setup. It's pretty interesting to me, at least. It's pretty interesting to me. The XRP market cap's down 132.31 million, down 0.45% to 28.93 billion. And this tells us a lot too. The XRP market cap, it's still painfully below where I think it needs to end up going up ultimately. This could be the start of a W reversal that gets us back in here. I could fill this out even more, but we're coming back up to a back test, and I don't really want to confuse everybody. But there is the chance that we are starting to finally break our way back up to this resistance. Because if you look at this, we've created a pretty healthy uptrend on this drop. We created a pretty, and that's just me showing you exactly what we've created on that drop. But that's pretty healthy. It's a nice uptrend. If it breaks down, it's not good, but at least we have some guidance here. And then if you look at this, we got some great guidance. Sometimes all you can ask is for some structure and a pattern. And then, yeah, sometimes it takes a lot to recognize it. But once you recognize it, it certainly makes the pattern a little bit easier to see and decipher. And, like, that's what I'd be looking at for the market cap. And that's from the 45-minute. It's giving us a lot of information. A lot of information. So we're looking to hold 28.7 billion, 28.68 billion approximately. And then if we can get past this 29.6, then we can start pushing back up to that resistance point, which is not unlike XRP's price action in itself. We're facing that rising channel resistance. Right now for XRP price action, it's a support right now because we went back within it. But for us, we're trying to come back within the support of this structure here, this ascending structure, instead of having it a resistance, and we want to flip it back to support. There's a lot of optics within, a lot of things to pay attention to when it comes to XRP, but it is not impossible to understand what's actually happening. It may seem impossible from the onset, but right now, ultimately, we're still trying to work back up towards that rising channel resistance. We had a breakdown out of it, and now we're looking to back test the breakdown of the breakdown. And we need to get back in a fashion to where we don't continue all the way down. And all the way down is 22.5 is the next target. After that, it gets dicey around 15 million. So I think that's a great way to break it down as far as the technicals. And now I wanted to read this as well while I have everybody's attention. If you're looking to trade XRP, whether in the USA or worldwide, look in the video description below and or pinned comments. There's BITUNIX. It's saving my life with the not the extraordinary fees like Uphold. I'm just sick of that game. So you don't need a VPN with BITUNIX. It's up during high times of volatility, unlike many of the other exchanges. And it's the lowest spot and leverage trading fees I've found for USA users. And you don't need to use a VPN, and KYC is only necessary if you're transferring to the exchange or a bank account from your bank account. You need to have your identification, obviously. If you appreciate what I do, remember to hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button so that this content gets out there. And consider joining Tom's Army if you really do appreciate the work I put in and the fact that I don't charge for any of my content or make you watch any paid promotions or advertisements of any BS. Consider sending one YouTube super chat per month or joining Tom's Army as a way to show your support. So let's get through this. XRP price set for 60-cent breakout. XRP Bitcoin chart offers critical insights. I wanted to save this until more towards the end when we got through all the analysis, because now we can bounce this off of what we've been talking about with our own analysis. The XRP price opened trading at 52 cents on April 25th. After a mild pullback from its weekly peak of 57 cents, however, a rare alignment on the XRP Bitcoin chart suggests the coin is now on course for a parabolic breakout during the next rally. And we've been speculating that the next time Bitcoin breaks out, XRP is going to double or triple the move. It's a speculation, but in the entirety of the next move, it looks like XRP set up for a big bullish bounce. So XRP showing strength against Bitcoin amid market downturn. Similar to the other mega cap altcoins like Solana and Cardano, XRP has been subject to intense volatility in the second half of April 2024. As the crypto markets recovered from the market crash triggered by fears of escalating tensions in the Middle East, XRP raced to a 34% rebound to a weekly peak of 57 cents on April 22nd. As the crypto basic reports hinted, XRP price has retraced toward 52 cents in the last 72 hours as market liquidity remained flat, insufficient to drive the rally further above high volume resistance levels around 60 cents. But amid this seesaw performance, a rare pattern has emerged in the XRP Bitcoin chart that could put XRP price on course for a parabolic breakout when the crypto market enters the next upward phase. The chart above shows XRP price has gained significant ground against Bitcoin since the recovery phase began on April 13th. At the time of writing, XRP is trading at 0.000082 Bitcoin, having gained 20% against the pioneer cryptocurrency in the last 12 trading days. More so, the daily XRP Bitcoin chart shows that XRP now looks set to break out of a 40-day resistance channel, which could see prices rise by another 25% to reach 0.00010. When Bitcoin struggles for momentum after the just concluding halving, it appears investors are currently leaning towards mega cap altcoins. If it persists, it could amplify the upward momentum for XRP against Bitcoin, potentially attracting more investor interest and fueling additional price gains. Julie, what's T doing? Oh, is he laying down now? Does he have a phone at all or no? Okay. If it... Yeah, that's fine. If it persists, it could amplify the upward momentum for XRP against Bitcoin. I've got about 10 minutes and then I'll come in and help, okay? Okay. Potentially attracting more investor interest and fueling additional price gains. XRP price forecast 60 cents in firm focus. I think this is what we need to look at here. That's the absolute resistance up there on the mid-tier handle resistance on the cup and handle formation. So that's been a very big line of resistance in the sand here over the past month or so. XRP's strong performance against Bitcoin in the last 2 weeks could attract more traction to the coin and propel prices towards 60 cents in the near term. The Relative Strength Index technical indicator, currently trending at 45.63, also affirms that XRP has ample room for more growth before markets approach overheated territories. And thank you all for hitting that like button. 105 of you are sticking it out through the reading, but 119 have hit that like button. That's a beautiful thing to see. Thank you for that. So this is the XRP price chart with the Bollinger Bands, and the upper Bollinger Bands are around 63.5 cents. So the upper limit Bollinger Band indicator shows the bulls could face significant short-term resistance at the 54 cent zone. A decisive upswing above that key resistance level could see XRP price advance towards 60 cents as predicted. But in the event of another market breakdown, XRP bulls could regroup at the 50 cent psychological support territory. So just make sure you pay attention to everything we read there, everything we've been looking at through the technical analysis. I've gotten through everything that I wanted to cover. Can you transfer Uphold to BITUNIX to trade? I mean, it depends what crypto you have. It depends if Uphold allows it. If you have XRP, you can absolutely send it off of Uphold to BITUNIX. But it has to be supported for a transfer off of Uphold. It all comes down to what Uphold allows. BITUNIX you can send to and from in many different cryptos. Unfortunately, on Uphold, they restrict what you can send to and from. So, but like when I've sent my stuff, I sent it from the exchange. I sent it from Uphold via whatever I had to. Whether I had to convert it to XRP, whether I had to convert it to something else. But I can tell you, like, there's a lot of things that you can't do it with. USDC, you can absolutely send USDC as long as Uphold allows it. They've added the USDC deposits from other exchanges on BITUNIX, so you could absolutely send it from USDC. I don't see why not. I do not see why not. You can't do that. So I think that's a good alternative right there. And you can store it in USDC on BITUNIX as well. It's not USDT anymore. Yeah, that's all they used to have in the beginning. But you can also do it USDC now since an update about 4 weeks ago now. So that's a very big yes for me when it comes to BITUNIX. I hated having my money in Tether, but now that they have it in USDC, I can store it in United States digital currency through Circle instead of through Tether. And I don't trust either of them, but at least USDC is backed by US government bonds and real dollar bills, you know, instead of just speculatory funds. To me, Tether is no different than the government printing up funds. That's why I believe what Ripple did is pretty interesting, having Tether for the USA clientele. It's almost like they're trying to get the SEC to look deeper into Tether. If I'm looking at it a little closer, that's what it seems like to me, maybe a little bit under the radar. I tend to buy, hold through volatility and sell when it's right. I agree, Dodger, same. Typically, that's what I do as well. I like to buy before the pumps and then sit at, sell out at the moment of opportunities. But right now, because of the volatility, I've been, not everything you see me doing. I don't typically swing trade unless we're in high times of volatility. But because of what happened after having several 100% on many of my cryptos, I had to reinvest in some, but most of them I haven't done anything yet. I've been swing trading, and it's been pretty fun actually. XRP is still sitting there. That doesn't change. XDC have some. XRP healthcare, yada yada yada. So FE4 Life says I have never used it, but maybe someone with experience with buying XRP on GateHub. I've never used GateHub myself, so I would imagine fees are pretty cheap. Yeah, I don't know. I've never used that. I've never used GateHub, to be honest. Let's see. Did we miss anything else in the news? We still got just in these last couple minutes. Let's see. Expert says non-security status. Ooh, this is what I want to read. All right, so I'll leave with this. We'll look at some positivity. So Ripple's XRP prime for massive price shakeup as expert says non-security status. Well, I guess it's not necessarily all positive, but this is some of the speculation, fear, and FUD out there. So the more fear, uncertainty, and doubt put around Ripple XRP, the more bullish I get. Let's just put it that way. The legal battle between Ripple Labs and the Securities and Exchange Commission SEC over the classification of XRP as a security is becoming increasingly complex. Recent developments have seen two federal judges challenge Judge Therese previous classification of XRP as a non-security on exchanges and a security for institutional sales. This decision is now being questioned in lawsuits involving Coinbase and Terraform Labs. Notably, the classification of XRP as a security revolves around the Howey test, a legal yardstick employed to ascertain whether an asset qualifies as an investment contract and consequently a security under securities regulations. This test comprises 4 key criteria: the investment of money, anticipation of profits, a common enterprise, and reliance on the efforts of others. In a ruling last July, Judge Therese used the Howey test to separate XRP sales into 2 groups, but this application is now being scrutinized. Charles Gasparino, a journalist at Fox Business News, recently criticized the application of the Howey test in the Ripple case, citing its incoherence. Well, Gasparino's a douchebag, so anybody who listens to that tool is probably not listening to the right info. In a tweet on March 31st, Gasparino stated that 2 federal judges, including Judge Rakoff, who is considered an authority in corporate law judiciary, have questioned the arguments presented in Judge Therese's ruling, or Ripple ruling. Gasparino further noted that while it is uncertain if the ruling will be overturned and XRP will be declared an unregistered security, the signs are there that Judge Therese's legal analysis is faulty. So I believe this is a way to trick people out of selling what they own. I really do. I believe there's a smear campaign right now on XRP at the worst possible time, because it's literally the first token and only token set up to get around now the assault of the SEC by virtue of being the first one to be shaken down. Interestingly, just a day prior, the pundit reported that securities lawyers also believe a federal judge's ruling against Coinbase serves as a cautionary signal to XRP holders. That Judge Therese's Ripple analysis is likely to be reversed by the federal courts. Meanwhile, these legal challenges have affected the price of XRP, which has traded in a tight range for the past 690 days or so. However, XRP has shown bullish strength, forming higher lows and indicating potential accumulation at the current support area. Moreover, according to sentiment data, whales holding between 10 million and 100 million XRP tokens are added 190 million XRP to their holdings from March 27th to April 1st. This group of whales tends to accumulate drops and sell at peaks prices, suggesting they may be preparing for potential price increase. At the press time, XRP, yada, yada, yada. So there you go. So that's what we get to see there. That's just what Charles Gasparino said a while ago, but I just wanted to read that because that's been what they've been talking about the last several weeks. And that's what they were pointing to the last, what was that, about 2.5 weeks ago. And it's always nice to revamp some of the things they say, because the more fear, uncertainty, and doubt you see in the market, the more bullish I get. Thank you all for tuning into this live. I appreciate you spending the last hour with me. I'm going to go inside and help Julie with the kids. Have a blessed evening. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hashtag be better, do better in the comments if you made it until the end. A special shout out to each and every one of you who continue to be present even during the times of volatility, the times of bearishness, because in the end, this is what's going to set you apart.